Good afternoon, students. Today, our topic in NCC is important measures for improving national integration in our country, India. Before this, we have already explained about national integration, factors affecting national integration. Today, we will be discussing seven most important measures which can improve national integration in our country. The first one is political integration. The main politics is the backbone of a country. They can take the country in the right direction or they can mold it in wrong direction. So political integration is most important, or we can say it is an important factor which can help in national integration. Next is emotional unity. For national integration, the people of the land must come together into one emotional thread. They should be having one emotion. It's there can be no rational integration unless all the people consider themselves as one. Through emotional integration, we get the power and implicit sanction of the people for national integration. Here, an example: a big army may conquer a country, but until the power, will, and sanction of the people is there, the victor cannot tie the people in one thread. That is why, after victory, a conqueror always tries to seek the approval and sympathy of the people. The history of any country is it is testimony. Number third is social unity. Socially, we should be united. All the people should be united. In the foregoing pages, we have referred to the various types of social inequalities found in our country on the basis of religion, caste, community, class, region, wealth, and poverty. People of the various factions of society do not have a feeling to sympathy and brotherhood for each other. For the sake of national integration, we should bring the various people together in a common bond. For this, some cultural function should be organized and all should be urged to come to attend the same. So, instead of religion, caste, community, class, region, wealth, and poverty, we should be united. Socially, we should be all should be equal. Fourth point uh, is inter-caste and inter-provincial marriages. As you know that people are opposing these things. If we oppose these kind of things, then will not be able to unite our nation. Some people advocate intercaste and interprovincial marriages for obtaining national integration. On the very surface, this proportion appears to be unpsychological, if not foolish, because marriages have not been imposed on any two individuals. Marriages have to be ceremonized on the explicit consent of the parties concerned, but what is really meant for intercaste and interprovincial marriage is that if this is happiness, it must not be frowned at. In fact, it should not be only welcome, but should also be encouraged if the concerned two partners themselves offer for the same. So we should, if they are willing to have the marriage at intercaste, interprovincial level, all people should encourage them. But if the two persons are willing, if those couples are willing, so we should encourage them. Number fifth point is economic unity. Earlier, we had already hinted at the economic inequality existing in our country. It is there, economic inequality, but we should make it united. For the sake of national integration, we have to see that no part of our country is particularly backward from the economic viewpoint. For this, the backward class and the minority people should be accorded special assistance for their general upliftment. As you know, government of India has launched various schemes. Presently, free ration is being given to the people who are on the BPL category, or very small amount is being charged to them. Same is the case with the gas and other things. Everywhere they are being benefited. With this benefit, we can have that economic unity in government service, and it is distributing economic assistance. These people should be given special preferences. Happily, our central government and state governments have started suitable measures in this sphere. So that I already discussed. Government of India has already put up this point, and they are doing for the same. Number six is the national language. The national language. The issue of national language has become very vital for our national integration. According to the Constitution, Hindi is the Devanagari script has been accepted as a national language, and this decision was to be implemented by 1965. But when in 1965 this clause was implemented in certain parts of South India and in some parts of Calcutta, disturbances were encouraged and some youths lost their lives in the same. That then Prime Minister of India, Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri, rushed to the south for effective calm and peace in the region. Because of this disturbance, the problem of national language has become very complex. So there should be no official language of a country. Here I mean to say, so far my viewpoint is concerned, no official language should be there for a country, because on the basis of this official language, again, we cannot be united. All languages should be given equal value. Number 7th point is education. This is the most important point. Hence we have kept it at the end, because this is the most important point. If we educate the people, then only they will understand the value of national integration. Importance of education in national integration is a very vast, it is very big. Education is very powerful weapon for national integration. Through education we may give the necessary motivations to children, that is the future of citizens of nation, in the reorganization of curriculum, in admissions in various educational centers, and in appointment of teachers. Our general policy should be such as to encourage the propagation of national elements and not to give any place to caste, religion, class and community. So again, it is important. Education is the powerful weapon which can help us for achieving national unity, national integration. So these are the pointers which we have discussed. Now from my side there is one question for all of you, that you have to come up with your pointers. What are your suggestions to overcome obstacles that affect national integration? So this is just a kind of project work for you people. You can just give your suggestions about what are the various pointers which can overcome, or which can overcome from these obstacles that affect national integration. Thank you. Have a good day.